Hello, tenors. Welcome to the shrine. We're going to take a look at Panis Angelicus. So let's put ourselves in G major. And here's our starting note. I'm going to sing this through on text and then go over the pronunciation at the end. You are welcome to, of course, ooh and ah your way through it the first time, and then add in the text on a second hearing. Totally up to you. So let's get started. Here we go. 3, 4. Panis Angelicus, fit panis hominum, dat panis celicus figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, manducat dominum. Let's do those 2 bars again because that's a really difficult interval. Listen once. Yeah, one more time, let's sing that. Here we go. 3, 4. Manducat dominum. Go on. Pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. Let's go back and do that whole section again and put all those together. I highly recommend but treating bar 23 through 28 as though y'all have the melody. Of course, I've met tenors and I know that you always think you always have the melody. Why would anyone else have the melody at any point? But I would treat that as though it was the melodic lines so that you think of it in terms of its ups and downs as opposed to like how it fits into the middle of the harmony. It's going to be easier to remember some of those more difficult intervals. So this is all the way back at Manducat. This is bar 23. Here we go. 3, 4. Manducat dominum, pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. 3, 4. Pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. 3, 4. One more thing to mark in here before we go on to the next section. A lot of our early phrases and kind of the theme phrase, Panis Angelicus, ores mirabilis, always cut off on 4. However, we've got 2 spots where it's earlier than we expect it to be, and that's bar 28 and bar 32. So I would mark something in that says the S happens on beat 3. Otherwise, we're going to get just a whole chorus of S's coming in at different times. So let's go on. This is after the organ interlude. This is bar 37. Here's our starting note. And at this point, we're following the middle text. The top is the sopranos and altos. The bottom under the bass line is the basses. Yeah, that seems logical. And so we're in the middle. So go ahead and highlight that something if it gets a little bit hard to read at a couple of points. Here we go. 3, 4. Panis, panis Angelicus, fit panis hominum, dat panis celicus figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, manducat dominum, pauper, servus et humilis. 3, 4. Pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. So those last couple of bars again, it's just a lot of words, sometimes not quite where you expect them to go. This is bar 50. For me, that's the second bar on the top of page 4. Here we go. Here's our starting note, and 3, 4. Pauper, servus et humilis. 3, 4. Pauper, pauper, servus et humilis. Nice. Throughout this whole section where y'all have the melody, but it's offset from everyone else, we do need to be really careful about where we put a lot of those S's. So for instance, right at the top, for me, this is the top of page 3, bar 37, 38, 39. Panis Angelicus. So because we're moving on Angelicus, I would put the S on the and of 4, so the second half of beat 4. So if I was going from bar 37, it sounds like this. Panis Angelicus, fit panis hominum, dat panis celicus figuris terminum, ores mirabilis manducat Dominum. So throughout that entire section, every time I have an S, or even when I don't have an S, anytime I have to breathe, it's basically the second half of whatever beat I'm breathing on, which is almost always 4. So just something to bear in mind. Let's talk through the text real quick. We want to go towards those beautiful, tall, open Latin vowels. As Americans, we tend to sing kind of forward this is the mask of your face. So wherever you get sinus pressure, if you've got allergies, that's the mask. And sometimes we talk about singing farther forward in the mask as a really bright tone. Latin vowels tend to sit slightly farther back. If you imagine looking at the side of your face, it's like right here, pretty much. So for me, I tend to take a hand and go like this and put it along the side of my face. And that reminds me that I'm using that open space farther back towards my ears. So, Panis Angelicus. I hear people say Angelicus, a little farther forward sometimes. If we could push that back. Panis Angelicus, fit panis hominum. No initial H's in Latin, so go ahead and just cross that off. Fit panis hominum, dat panis celicus figuris terminum. Anything that's an I is basically a double E sound. So fit panis celicus figuris. That's another one that's got a lot of those double E's. Figuris terminum. Here we go. This is the top of page 2, bar 21. O res mirabilis. Manducat Dominum. It's another one. I hear Dominum sometimes. Not just from you guys. For the record, this is like choirs everywhere. Dominum. Again, those open, round vowels. Pauper, servus et humilis. Cross off the H. Pauper, servus et humilis. That's the whole thing. All right, go ahead and run that back again from the beginning with the text, and we should be all set for the next rehearsal. Thanks, guys.